In the northeast corner of Lincolnshire, on the south bank of the Humber estuary, sits Immingham and Grimsby. Grimsby had been an important port for over 100 years, but at the very beginning of the 20th century, and with the investment of the Great Central Railway, both Immingham and Grimsby grew to be one of Britain's most important trade centres. The two ports exported coal from the Yorkshire and Nottinghamshire coalfields, imported all manner of goods from around the world, and of course, Grimsby is synonymous with the landing of fish. But the area also produced fertiliser, agrochemicals and petroleum products, and all of it was shipped by rail. Immingham Engine Shed was positioned in the southeastern corner of the Immingham Dock Estate, and at its peak had an allocation of over 125 engines. It even had a dormitory for engine crews visiting from all over the rail network. There were the K2s and K3 Moguls used on fast freight. There were the more modern B1s for passenger services, and 7 of the Britannia-class Pacifics for the fish trains. Heading towards Worksop is an express freight service from Immingham to Sheffield. These vans have vacuum brakes that will run from the engine, and as long as the whole train was vacuum fitted, these trains were rated for speeds of up to 60 miles per hour. The K3 260 takes this in a stride, even though she was 30 years old by the mid-50s. In BR days, vacuum-fitted vans were either red or a brown colour known as bauxite. Only bauxite-coloured guards vans could be used with continuously braked trains. By comparison, the Stanier 8F 280 is hauling an unfitted block working from Immingham to Mansfield. Because of the lack of continuous brakes, these were speed limited to 45 miles per hour. Block trains took stock from one marshalling yard to another for further sorting to onward destinations, and therefore could be made up of a variety of different wagons. This train has 4 tank cars containing petroleum products from the refinery at Immingham. In the days of steam, an empty barrier wagon was always placed between the engine and any dangerous cargo. The Stanier 8F was one of the most numerous classes of freight engine on British railways. A total of 666 were built, and along with their mixed traffic sisters, the Black Fives, they were amongst the very last locomotives to survive until the final days of steam in 1968. This Mansfield engine, 48024, was built in 1937 and survived until 1967, after over 30 years of hard work. Back at Immingham Shed, Britannia 70041 Sir John Moore is prepared for duty. These 462 Pacifics were based on best practice from all that had come before. These standard engines were designed to outperform alternatives in terms of operating efficiency and lower maintenance costs, while still having an impressive turn of speed. Ideal engines then for the ultimate in express freight, the Grimsby Fish. By the 1950s, around 1 million tonnes of fish were landed annually at British ports, and the jewel in the crown was Grimsby, the world's largest fishing port. Each day, 9 express freight services would leave the docks for destinations all over the country, and the first departure was routed through Worksop and Kiveton. Passing Kiveton at about 15:40 on its way to Whitland in South Wales, the schoolboys of the mid-50s would delay their journey home to watch the fish pass through. In the 1950s, the fish vans were not refrigerated, only packed with ice, and the woodwork would be permanently soaked in fishy meltwater. It was said the distinct smell of the sea foretold the arrival of the train. It took the curve at Waleswood and then headed south via Staveley and on to Banbury, where there was a loco change.